How you doing, gamers? It's me, Olivia Newton-John. Going on 7 months ago now, we took a look at some confirmed Minecraft updates that were slated to come to the game this year. In that million years since then, from the wandering trader to the massive, vibrant visuals overhaul, a bunch of those updates came true, but even more importantly for today, a lot has changed too. From villagers to horses to new graphical overhauls, today we're going to dive into a bunch more updates that are now confirmed to be coming to Minecraft, hopefully sometime soon. I'm pretty sure I've got every single one of them, but if I miss one, call me out on it down below. Please tap that like button for me, it really helps out big time. And what are you most excited to see come to Minecraft soon? So for today, the updates, only the 100% confirmed ones. There is one big, gigantic update that I'd like to take a look at here that is technically not 100% confirmed by the devs, but instead was leaked by a very trustworthy leaker who is almost always correct. So earlier this year, during the development of the Happy Cast update, it was stated by Wham that leads would be getting an update and horses would as well. Now, of course, fast forward a little bit of time in the lead update, well, this amazingly wonderful update ended up coming true. Meanwhile, however, the horses, they were left in the dust. Allegedly, horses will be receiving some sort of big overhaul sometime very soon. This horse overhaul will have horses being able to swim in water and possibly much improved, reworked breeding and taming mechanics as well. Though not 100% confirmed by the devs, this leaker is usually right. For this video, because we're taking a look at a lot of different updates, I've gone ahead and split our updates into separate categories. This next category of confirmed updates are those updates that are already in game, at least partially. More often than not, these are going to be experimental updates. For example, our wonderful, amazing minecart overhaul update with minecarts that can go way quicker. Now, but on top of that, smoother, more accessible, and way more consistent than they have ever been in their over a decade lifespan inside of Minecraft. Existing inside of a Minecraft Java edition since 1.21.2, this is accessible via an experimental toggle. Turn this toggle on inside of your world, and well, to be honest, you're due for a ton of really good fun. One of the coolest things added in this update is a game rule called the minecart max speed. By default, it's like 3 or something, but you could change it all the way to 1000. Change the setting to something like 1000 and have a minecart set up a simple contraption like this, and you can make your minecart speed up to, well, 1000 blocks per second. And we'll have the boy go ahead and cook up over here for a little bit of time, flick the lever, well, I think that guy went so fast that it went the wrong direction. Now, of course, it's not only just minecart launchers that are potentially being added. There's so much more. Like all of this other jazz right here, but the launchers are by far the most sick one. Segueing from minecarts to something kind of similar, redstone. Redstone, clearly, on either version of the game, we got some massive differences. This next update due to come to the game at some point. Well, it's not going to fix everything, and right now it's only on Java. Now, though this redstone experimental toggle does not fix everything, it does aim to make redstone a little bit more consistent. One of the biggest improvements that it makes here has to do with predictability in redstone. For example, 2 pistons right here, equidistant from a power source here. As we can see, the one on the left is always going to fire first. Meanwhile, if I made my power source a little bit closer to the other piston, well, then the other piston will then always fire first instead. Now, what's going on with these updates lacking any changes in like literally a year? Well, that's unclear. And why the redstone torch was updated so long ago on Java edition to this beautiful one and still left unchanged on Bedrock edition? Well, also unclear. But I guess who knows? Maybe by the time I put this video out or you're watching it, the updates haven't made it into the game. Or any of these updates for that matter. Oh, now another big update making its way to the game, but this time only for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, is a gigantic UI overhaul. So slide into the settings, and at least right now, it's a little bit broken looking, but slide into some of the other settings, and now, since the last time we talked about the UI update, we have even more different UIs in game. For example, a new sound UI. Now, other parts of this UI overhaul have already made it in game. For example, the brand new Create a World screen that's been in the game for like, well, I guess it's been a while now, right? But there's even more still potentially coming to the game. As showcased by King Dark a long time ago over on Twitter here, we've got completely different UIs potentially making their way to the game soon, and even a brand new hotbar too. It's so clean. To my best knowledge, more recently, no new UIs have been found inside of the files, but the devs are definitely still working on it. I can't wait to see what an updated copper chest UI could potentially look like. Seems like this will be a sick opportunity one day for some really cool colored UIs. Oh, the villagers. So something really weird is going on with the experimental villager update right now. As you probably have heard by now, earlier this year in the Spring to Life update, the first drop of the year, the Wandering Trader experiments were pulled out of the experimental villager toggle and put into the main vanilla game. Meanwhile, the rest of this experimental villager trade rebalance toggle that is going on 2 years old now still sits in experiments on Minecraft Bedrock and Java. But sure, the Wandering Trader is maybe like its own separate thing. Even more intriguingly, the cartographer revamps, well, all of those interesting cartographer revamps here with different maps that lead to new biomes, they were added to the game as well. Our big ones that sit completely missing still though, the librarian updates and the armorer updates. Now, our librarian updates, these things were a little bit more controversial. Essentially, some enchantments with the librarian, for example, mending, became biome locked to only swamp villagers, making some things way harder to get. The armorer trades, on the other hand, though, the armorer trades were never anywhere near as controversial. In fact, they were kind of loved. I don't know what's going to happen with these villager updates, though. Are they still on the menu, or are they canceled? Considering the fact that certain updates were pulled out of that experimental toggle and added straight to the game, this makes me wonder if we're due for another villager update at some point, with perhaps more professions, and maybe, just maybe, the rest of the villager trade updates too. After all, the Village and Pillage update is like over a half a decade old now. Moving on, next up, our next category of updates gets a little bit more abstract. This category of updates are all updates that are kind of already in the vanilla game, like not even really experimental. They're kind of just in progress. Structures, specifically the more advanced structures that require jigsaw blocks. These are going to be the structures inside of your world that you'll find that are typically a little bit larger with different detailed pieces. For example, a village or maybe the ancient city. A structure block is a very advanced block that basically can contain sometimes a single piece, other times an entire structure. On top of the structure block, going hand in hand with it to link up structures exactly correctly. So like, for example, we have this ancient city ruined house. We don't want that house to sit on top of the walls, right? So we have these other advanced blocks called jigsaw blocks that will link up with each other in world and structure generation. Well, all of this stuff has been a little bit more advanced on Minecraft Java Edition for a long time, but on Bedrock Edition this year, it's been improving and getting even better. As stated by the devs themselves in a creator event earlier on this year, they are currently hard at work at making structures on Minecraft Bedrock Edition get just advanced behind the scenes as they are on Java. In time, when this whole round of updates is done, this will mean that structures being advanced on Bedrock Editions and structure blocks and jigsaw blocks alike, well, if everything's in parity and just advanced as it is on all versions of the game, well, structures can become way more advanced too. This could mean that very realistically, we could see even more structures like, for example, the village get implemented to Minecraft. Another big one that was confirmed by the developers themselves earlier this year in a creator roundtable has to do with the biomes and how they are going to get even more advanced and customizable as well. Now these biome updates here, they get kind of crazy. It has to do with changing the tinting of the sky, changing the look of vibrant visuals on Bedrock Edition, changing the tinting and coloration, gradients of things like blocks. And really, just in general, being able to do anything that you would want to do with a biome, all within the confines of the vanilla game. Now, this is another big, a little bit of catch-up work update that is going on Bedrock Edition for the most part with Java Edition. Not too much else to say about this one other than the fact that the devs are going to be making biomes even more advanced and easier to do so, which means more biomes could come to the game much more quickly. Sliding over to the Minecraft launcher, the Bedrock Edition tab, the creator tools right here, editor mode. We talked all about it earlier this year and how this thing was upcoming. Well, now, as of Happy Guest update, it's here. Editor mode released in full for the first time alongside the 1.21.90 update. Now, in this first release of editor mode, things are still a little bit unfinished. Since we last took a look at it, editor mode has made so many big leaps and improvements, but it's still going to be continued to be developed. Sort of like many different things in Minecraft, editor mode is going to be one of those things that will continue to see more and more updates and improvements as the years and time goes on. One of my favorite things to do with editor mode is literally just selecting structures, finding a different spot, going to this paste preview tool, and literally just dropping more structures into my world. I don't know why I like to do this so much, but I love to do this, guys. Just like it already has been doing in the previews following the full initial 1.0 release of editor mode, this thing will continue to get even more advanced. Oh, but that's not the only thing on the menu, slated to get even more advanced. Of course, Minecraft's most beautiful, most vibrant update of all time, vibrant visuals. This has been, well, actually, at the time of the recording of the first video, the one I referred to earlier, the vibrant visuals update did not exist, but I talked all about a shaders update instead. Well, now, obviously, we know that shaders update was actually the Vibrant Visuals update, and this update has released in full as part of 1.21.90. With that all being said, though, Vibrant Visuals is still in this interesting place of being in the game, but at the same time, a lot more coming too. So, like, for example, check this out. As I'm in a plains biome, the sky kind of looks like this, then I move over into a desert biome, and wait a second, that's a beach. Bam, we go over to a desert biome, or maybe slide into the warm ocean, and we can see biome to biome, the aesthetic is completely changed. Also, under the water, this is one of those areas that has received continual updates throughout the development of Vibrant Visuals. There's a lot going on with Vibrant Visuals right now, and on top of that, even more that will be coming to Vibrant Visuals sometime soon. Now, the devs are being a little bit mysterious when it comes to what else we could maybe expect inside of Vibrant Visuals. From blocks that might end up changing aesthetically to maybe particles that could look even more beautiful to hopefully glowing, wonderful lighting. And on top of that, hopefully some beautiful point to lighting as well. Feels like there's definitely a whole lot left on the menu for Vibrant Visuals. Oh, and of course, Vibrant Visuals coming to Minecraft Java Edition as a whole as well. Hey, we're still waiting over there. Heyo, but good news, because alongside the release of Vibrant Visuals on Java Edition, we're also looking at a big modernization of the game's engine and a big performance update at that. So, yeah, it's taking a little bit longer on Java Edition than it has on Bedrock, but whenever the Vibrant Visuals update hits, we'll get a big performance update too. That'll be great to have. Now, next up here, I want to move on to a couple of different things at the same time. Blocks and entities. Entities. Blocks, obviously a huge part of Minecraft, the same thing with entities. On the note of blocks, making blocks more advanced, so maybe unique and interesting interactions, properties, but also more tricky and advanced cool shapes as well. Basically a full wood set capability, but for every block in the game. That could mean something like, for a mod creator, being able to make fences out of bricks, but much easier. And then on the entity side of things, entities, they are controlled by things called attributes. These attribute things, they can not only maybe make an entity faster or larger, but this attribute business can also be used to pull off really cool things, like rideable flying entities, like the Happy Ghast. As revealed by a chunk of the Minecraft devs in a creator camp that took place in the spring of this year, they are working on making it so blocks can be way more advanced and have a lot more to them, but on top of that, making it so attributes and the whole system behind it gets more advanced and fleshed out too. Essentially, what this all means here is that when the devs are done with things, it'll be easier to add more blocks to a block family, and hopefully the devs will be able to add more advanced entities like the Happy Ghast a little bit quicker as well. Ooh, now speaking of entities, last things last today, the final category on its lonesome, mentioned updates. Now, a little disclaimer, because for this video today, I really could have gone hard in the mentioned update sections. Like, the devs say a lot of what they want to add to the game. But instead, I wanted to keep it to this one because I think the devs were a little bit more serious about this, at least at one point. October, maybe November of last year, the devs did a little Q&A, and they mentioned in that Q&A that mobs would be getting a big spawning update. Oh, now this Q&A, we've talked about it quite a bit from time to time. They said this mob spawning parity update for Bedrock Edition would make mob spawning just like it is on Java, and they said it would be coming sometime soon. It's been a long time. At this point, I wish the devs would just give us an update on this mob spawning stuff because it's such a juicy, intriguing update. But besties, for today's updates, I think that's just about everything. This year, already so far, has obviously been a gigantic year for the game. What just might be coming next? Well, there's a lot of that stuff too. Friends, thanks for watching today's video. Smash that like button, subscribe, and if I missed something you haven't yet, call it down below. On the end card is a playlist for some of the updates that have been making it to the game recently. Oh yeah, and I guess I might as well throw it in, honorable mention, the Copper Golem, and all of the other Copper updates coming to the game too. These updates are of course insane, and I honestly just can't wait any longer for these things.